This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, talking to you on Tuesday at 2. I'm running a little bit late. I went and had my hair cut. I like to schedule like 10 things at the same time so that, you know, I have something to do. So I was running around this morning. We had class this morning. We had class last night. Lisa, thankfully, took my class last night so I could go to the dress fitting of my grandson's fiance. So it was really exciting. So I have a couple of things to follow up with you. I know this is talking on Tuesday, and I'm talking about following up, which I normally do on follow up on Friday. Lots of double talk here. If you're joining me, let me know. Give me a holler, give me a wave, let me know you're here. My phone keeps moving, so I have my hand up there. What I was going to do is show, on Friday we showed the new cutting machine, the die cutting machine, which I totally love. They sampled it out at the class last night, and everybody loved it, so it was really fun. So, exciting stuff. So hello, Cindy. Hello, Cindy. And so, I'm going to show you the cards that I started on Friday and how I finished them. We did some paper piecing. So I used some of our sticky adhesive, our adhesive strips, and I also did, just gluing down. And then we did the piecing, where you run it again in a different color, and then you do some paper piecing with it. Hello, Cindy. So I am going to show you a couple little tricks with that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. I will be chatting the whole time. Our electricity went out the other night. Total nightmare here. Total nightmare because it was 6:15. I had dinner ready, which was unusual that I had dinner ready. But Peter was in his reclining chair. He has a lift chair now, but he was reclined in it, and we don't have the backup. So he was stuck. So he had to eat like laying down. But then when I couldn't get him up, so then Travis and Tammy had to come over and help tip him out of the chair. So that was, that was interesting. And then I found out that we don't have flashlights and we don't have ways to see when it gets dark. So Tammy came up with a brilliant idea. I'm going to turn the camera on and I'll chat a little more with that so I can get started here. She came up with a brilliant idea. For those of you that have been here, you know I have little solar lights outside my door. So when she was leaving, waiting for the electricity to go on, I'm trying to make this a little bigger. Whoopsie, there we go. When she was leaving, she brought in the solar lights from outside. So we put those all around the house, and it was just perfect. Enough lighting so everybody could see where they were going. This is the card I started on Friday. So on Friday, we took this die, this big die here, and cut it out in black, and that gave me this black outline. And then we cut it out again in Bumblebee, and then we moved the pieces and glued them into place. So all of the Bumblebee colored flowers are glued into place. Where the faux piecing comes in is these little flowers and all of the leaves, and the center of these flowers I colored in with my blends. So there we go. So it all looks like it's pieced, but actually the only ones that are pieced are the yellow bumblebee flowers. So that was my little trick. There we go. So that's the card from Friday, one of them. Then we did that same trick with this card here, right here. So with this sunflower. So I cut it out in soft suede, and then I cut it out again in Bumblebee, and all the little pieces got glued in. So that's all just filled in with cardstock. Now I decided I wanted a leaf on here, but I had already glued this down. So I'm going to show you today how I made this leaf and how I made it look like it's behind there, which was really fun. So let me go ahead and stamp my leaf here. Oops, that's not what I want. Where's my leaf? There it is. Okay. Here's my leaf. So I stamped my leaf in Just Jade. I'll put this stuff off to the side a little bit. Stamp my leaf in Just Jade, and then I have a blender pen here. So without adding any extra ink, if you use this right away, you can take this, stamp your leaf, take your blender pen, and color it in. And it will color in your leaf. You're just moving, I need the end to be a little wetter here. It will color in your, here we go, this one looks whiter. It will spread the color for you without even adding any additional color while it's wet. Here, I'm going to touch it a little bit because I didn't get it started right away, but ta-da, like that, okay? So you can bring your blender pen in, and then when you're done with your blender pen, just roll it until it's clear, and then you can use it on a different color. Even though the tip is stained, it won't matter. You can still use it on another color. Double-ended. They come as a pair. No, 3. I think there's 3 in a pack. Yeah, 3 pack. Okay. So now I need to cut this out, this leaf out. So I am going to, this is from the sunflower dies. So I'm going to bring my new cutter over here. Yay, the new cutter! Die cutting machine, the new die cutting machine. Here we go. Let's see if I'm in the center. I am. Okay. So here we go. I have plate number 1, plate number 2, and I am so sorry. I forgot to remind everybody that as a demonstrator, you could purchase this now, but as a customer, you can purchase it next month, September 1st, I believe it is. So I'm just going to cut this leaf out like that. Slick. Okay. There we go. See, the girls in class got to use it a lot, so my plates are all chopped up. There's my leaf. Okay, now I want this leaf to go up here, but this is already glued down. So what I'm going to do is take the die for my flower. I'm going to move this back over because I'm so used to working that way. So this is going to go back over here because I'm going to have to set this down. Okay, so I'm going to take my die and figure out where I'm going here. What I do when I'm looking at this die, there's some of these too that kind of bend over. And that's what I'm looking at here, the ones that are sort of over farther. And I'm going to line this up. Let's see here, till I can get that right. I think this is here. Here it is. Okay. So I lined it up. So my die is matching my flower. I'm going to take this piece, and I want this piece to go right here, like that. So I'm going to hold this in place. I'm going to put this down, just like that. I'm going to cut it out, get it lined up straight. Come on, line it up. There we go. I'm going to run it through my new die cutting machine, which does this, chops off half the leaf. There we go. Like that. Now let me move this off to the side. There. Bring my flower back. Move that there. So now I can take my leaf that I cut and just find where it fits here. Just like that. Ta-da! So now my leaf is perfectly fit where I wanted it, without having to lift this up or have that underneath, because if it was underneath, you'd have bulk, right? It wouldn't work very good. I need a new, oh, here's a new one. Here we go, new glue. You know, I usually get this out right before, but since I was having my hair cut, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in place. Ta-da. Let's see here where I had it, right here. Ta-da! Isn't that slick? So coloring it in gives it kind of a softer look when you use your blender pen right after you've stamped it while the ink is still wet. And then on this one, I want to put this little saying on here. So what I did is I cut my cardstock, stamped the image. I did a little fussy cut the end here, and I'm going to glue this on. See, the first time I got it crooked, so the back side, double-sided paper, and I'm going to put it all the way to the end here. So I cut my soft suede cardstock just a little bit bigger. This is 3/4. The white was 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4, and then I cut my soft suede 1 inch by 2 1/2. I'm gluing that down. Now I'm going to cut this flag. Now that it's glued down in place, I want that to mimic the border. So I'm going to cut up towards the point, and then I'm just going to cut up towards it. There we go. So that it's the same edging. This one I have to cut a little bit more. There we go. Ta-da, like that. There we go. So this is going to go onto my soft suede because I thought that looked nice on there. Kind of pulled it in. So I'm going to glue this portion, this layer, to my soft suede. So all we did was cut out our sunflower twice, once in soft suede and once in bumblebee. And then I took the flower petals, glued them in. I do have an extra little piece that you can cut out that's popped up there. And I wanted this to go over here. So I'm going to just glue this flat. And I moved it all the way to the end because it's already going to have a border here. And I wanted it to be just like that. Now, what colored base do you put this on? What I chose was not the bumblebee, which I think would be the obvious choice, but I went with the Just Jade. And look at how that makes it come alive because you're bringing out that extra color, and I think it just makes it pop. I think we need to add a couple of little rhinestones in here, which we can do. But let me go ahead and put this on. There. There we go. Line it up. There. Now, and then in the inside of the card, I had stamped, "Let's celebrate you." They say it's your birthday, and "Let's celebrate you." Cute little set that has all the birthday things in it. I don't know where I put it, but anyhow. But I want my flower, they do have a sunflower stamp, and I wanted it to mimic this flower that the outline was in soft suede. So I am going to stamp my flower in soft suede, like this. There we go, and I'm just going to put a little bit, like half a flower down here. Like that. And then I'm going to take my blender pen and pull it out to fill in the center. So I'm just pulling color from the center here where it's a little more concentrated color. So that will match. And then I just get the color off. And then I used my dark Daffodil Delight blend, and I just went over it really fast so that I didn't blend the color, you know, because normally we use Memento, right? Once in a while you can try and see what colors will work, and I thought this looked really nice, and I wanted it to look exactly like the sunflower on the front of the card. So I continued with the same pattern instead of having the black in there. So, ta-da! There we go. I can close this up. So now my This just has to be put on a layer. There we go. So my white cardstock onto my soft suede. And everything is matchy-matchy. That's what I love. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to do this. There. And put it right here. And ta-da! It's so lovely. There we go. Paper piecing. So now you know how to get your little leaves and just lay over that design. I'm going to pull my favorite thing out here. My little sequins that don't have holes in them. I love this sequence. Love it. Okay, that's a cat hair. I'm so sorry. We're not going to use the cat hair, but let's put a couple of these yellow ones in here, just to give it a little twinkle here and there. Let's see here. Maybe we'll put it up over, I don't know. Whoops, I'm flipping it all over. I think we're gonna go here. There we go. Ta-da! I don't like that there. Let's move it carefully. We're gonna go, I don't know. I don't know where to put it. Maybe here. There we go. It's all in a line. Ta-da! There we go. Cute. Okay. Next. There is more. There's more. So this is another die cut. It's called Lasting Elegance. These are dies in the annual catalog. I have not used this die before. So it has this wonderful, this wonderful cut here that cuts in these little slits and then the little doodads on the corner. So what I did first is I cut this, the black piece cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4. So I put this in place, I cut this die, then I put this one in place, lined it up, and cut out the flower corner. This comes bundled with this stamp set, lasts a lifetime. So this is going to be a wedding card, but this is how far I got. Was this far only. So I'm going to move this off to the side, but instead of piecing this, I thought that we would color it. So you can, with the black, you can color it in with anything. I'm going to go really bright. We're going poppies. We're going with the poppies. So I'm going to take my poppy blend. I'm going to use the pointy tip here, and I'm just going to color this in. Ta-da! So this is the thing. All these adult coloring books, and then you have to worry about coloring in the lines. No, staying in the lines. If you are working with a piece, die cut piece, you don't have to worry about staying in the lines because it's all right there. You can't go out of the line because that's just how it's made. So I'm going to just kind of do a little shag on this one and here, and then I'm going to fill it in with some of the lighter color. There we go. We're just going to do it on the inside a little bit. Now you guys, I haven't done this yet, so this is all an experiment. That one's going to be dark. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm going to go with my lighter one and fill these in. So you get a little bit of shading where that dark line is, and then you just fill it in. Ta-da! So it is a lot easier, takes a lot less time. So if you were going to do a bunch of these, you could, it wouldn't be so daunting, right? You can get them all cut, get them glued in place, and sit down anywhere and color in your flowers. And it looks like they've been pieced. Except this way you can do some shading on it. So you can kind of see where I have it, that little bit of dark in there, and then the light. There we go. Ta-da. Let's put some here too. There. And this must be one. And the very end here. Okay. We're going to do a little there too. All right. Now I'm going to fill it in. Da-da-da-da. There we go. So I would suggest when you're using black on here that you do brighter colors, right? You wanna make it nice and bright. Put it there so that it shows up better than something dark. But there's my rose. What do you think? Let's bring it up here so you can see the shading and see a little bit more color in there. So lots of fun, lots of fun. And I think I'm going to do, let's see here. We're going to do these little tiny flowers in the blue. And I'm just going to go with I think we're going to go with the Seaside Spray. And I'm just going to fill these in here. We'll add some blue flowers. I took a picture of a bouquet that a local florist did for a wedding. The colors were so vibrant and so beautiful. And I thought, I'm going to keep that. And I will, when I'm doing some of these flower cards, I will open that up and take a look at the color combinations that she had with real flowers. It was just magnificent. I mean, she had corals and pinks and all different colors in there. That just adds a little bit of extra color there. And I think we're going to go with Calypso Coral here on this one. So I'm going to go with a little bit of dark first, just like I did with the rose. Only this time I'm going to go dark on the edges here on this flower. Petal here, my little petals. There. Just down the edge. So we're using tone on tone. You know, I'm on all these flowers, I'm using the same color in the same color family, same markers, right? Here we go. Blends. It's not a marker, it's a blend. Which makes it so nice because you keep going over it. So if you want to blend this line, you don't want such a hard line. In a little circle, you just keep going over that line. There we go. Just fill that in. So all of these tone on tone. And then I'm going to show you another one where I used a number of different colors all on the same flower. So, ta-da! I won't fill the rest of them in, but I'll have to finish this card for you and show you on Friday. So that is that beautiful bouquet of flowers. Isn't that cool? And way easier. You know, once you get it glued down, it's nothing. You just like get it done and color it in. But it looks like it's filled in. So I have one more, and this one. So when I cut out this bumblebee color, then I had this outline. So it was like, what do I do with the outline? So with the outline, I decided I was going to pick 3 different colors and fill it in. Now, because our paper is absorbent, right, and your blend has this big tip, and when it hits that area, it's going to kind of bleed into it, but that's okay. So if it's standing right next to it, you want to kind of do this quickly. But even if you have some color going on to the outline, it's okay. I mean, I think this looks kind of cool. There's 3 different colors. So I'm on this sunflower, I'm using light daffodil, that's the outside edges, And then I used the dark Mango Melody and dark Pumpkin Pie. So again, all I did was color it in. And this time I didn't do any shading. I went along the edges and I just kind of filled in my flowers, my petals, and kind of all around. I'll leave that one. And I just kind of varied it all over the place. And I thought it looked kind of cool to get some different colors in here. There we go. So just coloring it in. If you like to color, this is the perfect opportunity to just pull that out and sit and relax. You follow that around and color them in. It goes super fast. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da. I'm going to do this one in the dark, and then I'm going to do the lighter color over there. So, no rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of spreading out the colors, right? I'm not really paying too much attention to where I'm going. And that's okay. Because in the end, I think it looks pretty with all the different multicolors in here. I'll put that one in. Put this one in. One more dark one. There we go. And we'll put dark up here. There we go. And the rest of them I'm going to fill in with the Daffodil Delight. There. So I have the little leaves that I cut out too. Now in this case, as this is already cut out, I didn't use that. Doesn't that look pretty? I didn't use the trick of laying the die over and cutting this out, which I guess you could do, but it would be a little bit harder because these are just veins. So in this case, I'm going to color it in with my light Just Jade, and then where it comes together here, between the flower and the leaves, I'm going to put a bow. So that will kind of hide my together point here because I didn't get it underneath. And I think that'll look just fine because I wanted something else kind of 3D on here. So that's with the light jade, Just Jade. Let's do the dark on this one and just see the difference. Oh, it's quite a bit darker, so maybe I'm just going to fill in a little bit here. Do a little shading on this one from the middle, going out with the dark. And then I'll go with the light and see how that looks. It looks like a mess before you finish, doesn't it? There we go. Ta-da! Really fast. Just coloring it in. There. So I'll have a bow here, I'll have a verse over here, and then I will have, I'm going to use the bumblebee for that round circle and put that and have that popped up. My bow will be popped up and my verse will be popped up. Then I'll have to decide. I think I'll probably frame it in pumpkin pie and use the Mango Melody as the base of the card to pull out this bright color, mango color. So I'll do that and show you on Friday. So that's it. Ta-da! So here are our cards from today. This one is the beginning of the card. Here's this one. Here's this one. And here's this one. There we go. Ta-da! So lots of ways. The real paper piecing, the faux paper piecing, blending colors in on the black where you don't see the lines, like here you're going to see a little bit of it's going to bleed onto your lighter color if your frame is a little bit lighter, but that's okay. On this one I used the Magnificent Magenta Madness, and then the inside of these flowers I used the light Cinnamon Cider, and then I used, of course, the Just Jade on the leaves. so you could see that. So there we go. That's what I have for you today, folks. I want you to try this at home. It's not what they say, don't try this at home. I'm saying try this at home. See if you like it. Especially next month when you can get the new die cutting machine. Make it all much easier. I'm going to turn the camera around here. Ta-da. Hello. All right. Back again, back again. So thank you for joining me. Here's my tip. Next month, you need to get a die cutting machine or put it on your Christmas list. The new Stampin' Up! Die cutting machine, fabulous. Try paper piecing. Try the faux piecing. So when you have those extra, if you're doing paper piecing and you have those extra pieces cut out after creating your outline, don't throw that away. Use it. Use all the paper. You bought it. Use it. So use all the paper, but then do the faux piecing with the outlines that you have extra of all the different colors. So enjoy that, and I will see you for Follow-Up Friday. We'll finish this up and probably start something new. So if there's something new that you want to see, let me know. I would be happy to put it online for you. So thank you so much. Share my video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.